Dallas ain't having none of these pro-criminal riders. These folks are out there flying Mexican flags. In LA, they're flying Palestinian and Guatemalan flags alongside the Mexican flags. But Dallas, they tried this crap in Dallas and also Austin. But Dallas was having none of it. The rioters are literally sitting there screaming at the when they get interviewed, they're like, "Oh, we weren't doing anything dangerous. We were protesting like we should." No, you're sitting there acting like invaders, waving the flag of a country that ain't the country that you're in. You're claiming that you own this country. And oh, you're just trying to destroy stuff. You're trying to block traffic. You're causing problems. Well, Dallas PD weren't having none of it. So you got to see this video. It's not that long, but it's fun. It's a little drawn out, but that's because, well, they've got to get everything organized. And of course, they're sitting there waving the Mexican flag and everything, but you got to see this. Here we go.
Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
All right, continuing our live coverage of a breaking news situation on the west side of downtown Dallas. We want to get back out to WFA's Cole Sullivan, who is live at a protest that's pretty much taken over the Trinity Groves area of Dallas. Cole, we talked to you at the top of this newscast. We said we'd come back to you if the situation warranted. How have things changed since the top of the hour?
Teresa, Dallas police are preparing to move in on these protesters right now. Let me step out of the way so you can see what's happening. They have set up a new police line here. You can see what's unfolding here as they have given yet another warning to disperse to these protesters. They're on the far side of this officer's line that we're on right here, where you can see they have given you can hear perhaps in the background yet another warning to these protesters. And we have seen more in the streets here at this point than we did earlier when we came to you before. We can again see this line here. Dallas police have changed their protocols for this since the 2020 incident before on Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge, where hundreds of people were arrested in protests there. You're watching live as these police officers move in here on some of these protesters. This is a change in the posture from when we were talking to you at the top of the hour here. As this is unfolding right now, they're continuing to keep this line. You're watching them move towards this intersection. They can use tear gas and other what they call less lethal weapons at this point because they have given those warnings. That includes rubber bullets. It also includes pepper spray, which we have already seen deployed once here. You can see someone is being detained here over on the left side here. You could see that unfolding here. It looks like that protester ran up towards the police officers here as they continue to close in on this intersection. You're watching as this happens as we are here too. So you can see some officers in the back are telling them to move forward, and we're watching this live as it unfolds here, and we'll continue to bring you updates as we have them. We're expecting more arrests here on the scene and officers moving in on these protesters here right now, ending this protest after giving that order to disperse here on the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge. We'll continue to keep you updated through the newscast tonight. Back to you.
All right, Cole Sullivan, therefore, is live on the ground. I do just want to point out that that chopper picture on the right side of your screen, the large one, it's really impressive to see exactly how police are doing this, because you can really tell that they are just trying to squeeze the protesters into one smaller area. So you can tell that they form sort of that L shape there, sort of boxing the protesters in. And as you have heard Cole and our Tanya Eiserer tell us, once they have given the orders that this is an unlawful assembly, it is the police can move in and begin making arrests. And you're watching this live unfold right here in West Dallas as you see the protesters being boxed in, and you see some of them starting to run away. So it certainly appears as though the police tactics are beginning to work. But we do know that people have been taken into custody tonight. Okay, I'm being told that there is some sort of gas being deployed there. pepper spray or gas. And you also, I think I just saw on the bottom of the screen there, some sort of objects that looks like being tossed perhaps at police. Kind of hard to tell from that wide shot, but it does look like a little bit of a clash going on from our chopper shot. Again, we're told that there was some sort of gas or pepper spray that was deployed just a couple of seconds ago, and you could see the police marching in, using those tactics to try to box in the protesters, squeeze them into one area. Again, what sparked this was when protesters started trying to take over the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge. This has been going on for maybe the past 60 to 90 minutes, where there would be sort of tensions escalating and then going back down. Did just see, I don't know if that is some sort of a flashbang. Do we still have Cole available? I feel like I can potentially hear Cole in my ear. Okay, Cole, can you hear me, Cole?
Yeah.
Okay, Cole.
Yes, I can, Teresa.
Okay.
Sorry.
I
yes,
do want to say if you need to get to okay. Oh, thrown by a protester. Okay. If you need to drop out because you feel like you need to move away from the scene, totally understand. Don't hesitate. So that was a firework thrown by a protester and not a flare set off by a police officer.
Correct, and I thank you for that, Teresa. Yeah, we feel like we're in a safe position here where we can watch all of this unfold. That was a firework thrown by a protester there, not a flashbang grenade there. We have seen police officers deploy tear gas or gas of some kind to some of these protesters, which got them all out of the street now and back into that park area before. You can see they're clearing some of these trucks out of the road here now too from our vantage point. But we continue to see these clashes, including protesters throwing water bottles at these police officers. We can see the haze of smoke in the distance here too as Dallas police begin to move in to clear this protest.
So, yeah, I don't think they were expecting that Texas. I've heard all of these folks. I've been listening to some of the stuff when I can, and I keep hearing these folks talk about how this has been organized for quite a while. There's some woman that I heard, and I've lost the link to her stuff, that this stuff was linked already. She had read the links and how they've got all this organized. They tried this in Tampa. Yeah, Florida ain't having none of it. Here's the thing. You can try this in some places. Of course it's going to work in LA, Portland, New York City. It's going to work there. Why? Because those places are for criminals. If they weren't for criminals, then they wouldn't be giving all this money, this taxpayer money to these criminals. But Dallas, yeah, Dallas ain't having none of it. They've been slowly working on changing things for the better in these places, and Dallas said no. Austin said no. Tampa was like no. So I'm finding this fun. You keep destroying LA. You know, it's got to be cleared out for 2028 Olympics anyway, so y'all keep doing that. I don't know how much money y'all are getting paid from the folks that are, going to make the money off the Olympics. I don't know, but you're helping out. Don't worry. Even though the destruction of the Waymo taxis, I guess y'all, I don't know who's paying y'all for that. I guess that's coming from Uber money or something. But really, folks, y'all got to support criminals. I don't understand y'all, but whatever. This has been Paul, the Redneck Tinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.